Looks good, doesn't it? You're watching live from Paris here on France 24. Good to have you with us. Belle Lupton's with me here on set now because we're going to have a look at what's happening in the newspapers. This is a story I thought had gone away. Lots of talk once again about the Kriel case, Belle, all because of new revelations by the online publication Mediapart.
Absolutely. So you'll remember that Kriel case was a case that dates back to 2008 with a banker called Jérôme Kriel, who worked for Société Générale, a big French bank. He was convicted in 2008 of a breach of trust and forgery, which apparently, it was said, had cost the bank 4.9 billion euros. Now, obviously, he was denounced by the bank as a rogue trader. They said they had no idea of what he was doing, that he acted alone without authorization and was sentenced to 3 years in jail. That's always been viewed with scepticism by the media and, of course, by those people who knew him and were colleagues with him. But now Mediapart has found an interview that was conducted as part of the appeal that Jérôme Kriel launched against his conviction. And that police commander has some quite interesting things to say. She essentially says, as a witness, the hierarchy in which Jérôme Kriel operated could not have been unaware of his actions. So essentially, there's no way that Société Générale didn't know what was going on. And you can see this, she goes further. Her investigative work, she says, was influenced always by the bank. And here she says, Société Générale pointed me towards all the witnesses. So what Mediapart here is saying is that this is going to smack bang open the case again. They say that these new revelations essentially undermine the whole Kriel case, and they could force the French justice system to reopen the case and even possibly to revise its judgment. So Mediapart, for its part, denounces the evident manipulation, is what they call it, of the judicial investigation by Société Générale in order, they say, to escape its responsibilities. So, as far as they're concerned, essentially, all eyes now on Société Générale.
OK, Jérôme Kriel back in the news once again. Belle's found another company that some are saying has been accused of trying to escape its responsibilities. This is the giant of the internet shopping Amazon.
Absolutely. So according to L'Humanité, a communist French paper here, Amazon lied to Social Security in order to reduce the number of work-related illnesses among its employees. So Amazon, we all know it, it's a champion at what's called fiscal optimization, which, if you operate on the internet, you know very well about.
Yes.
It's been regularly criticised, according to L'Humanité, for its particularly inhumane management techniques. And L'Humanité here says that the group it seems essentially ready to do anything it can to lower its statistics of work-related illnesses and accidents at work also. So most obviously, it'll hand in these dishonest reports to Social Security any time that an employee has handed in a doctor's note with a work-related illness. So the paper here interviews, most interestingly, a former employee who quit of their own volition. And they say that this interviewee says, when I left Amazon, the managers told me that if I spoke at all about this to anyone senior, they would badmouth me to employers in the area, making me difficult to employ. So obviously you can see this is essentially, again, another one where we've got all eyes on Société Générale and now all eyes on Amazon.
OK, Amazon back in the news then. Now, it looks like it's going to be rather a difficult week for the French government. Tell us more.
Absolutely. So Les Echos here, which is the financial paper in France, goes as far as to call it a test week for the French government. There's going to be strikes in hospitals on Thursday. That's protesting about the end of the 35-hour working week there. And from tomorrow, there'll be strikes in schools against planned education reforms. Libération, which is the sort of left of centre, but also pro the current government kind of paper here, daily paper here in France, has the headline, teachers stick their oar in, essentially. So it says that the teachers swing between suspicion and enthusiasm about reforms from the education minister, Najat Vallaud-Belkacem. Libération also says the teachers support some of the advances, but they worry about the implementation.
OK, and finally, we just got time to talk about a decision by the Protestants here in France. Now, this is to bless gay marriage.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is from La Croix, which is a Catholic paper here in France. And unsurprisingly, that's their front page. They obviously have a vested interest, let's say, in that. They've said here, so Protestants will soon be able to bless homosexual couples. And then in their editorial a bit later on, they use this headline, essentially, as an excuse to do a bit of soul-searching of their own. So they're asking here in this particular article the question, if Protestants can bless gay couples, will the Catholic Church have to do it too? La Croix focuses on the problem of copycat effect, as they call it, which means that if we're not certain that this chimes with our own convictions, do we need to adopt it, or could we just celebrate our differences?
OK, we shall see what they come up with over the coming weeks. Belle, thank you very much. Belle Lupton with the French Press Review here on France 24.